Hey, what is up, guys? Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Looks like I'm up. Let's see if anybody is in here yet. I don't know. Where is Captain Marvel? Okay, just setting up. I don't know if anybody is in here yet. If you are, give me a shout on the chat. Doesn't look like it. Desktop audio. Okay, let's play the music. All right. For whatever reason, on my restream, I'm not seeing anybody in here, but I see on the Twitch there are people. So, what's up to you guys that are in here? All right. If you have any questions, just hit me up. Just opening up my Captain Marvel that I'm working on right now, and my reference. And I'm about to get started here. A little 2019 action. All right, so some of the stuff I've collected, if you are wondering on these ref boards, are just some sculptures that I liked. This is some Adi Granoff version of Iron Man, which has some nice little hard surface details. I'm going to give her a couple of hard surface hits. And on my Captain Marvel board, this is going to be a zombie version of her. So there are plenty of bits of reference for her costume, zombies, anatomy, hair, little fire stuff. I want to do some plasma coming off her hands, and I saw some cool sculpts that look like fire. So I'm going to get into this right now. I think I'm going to start off with getting her boots straightened out. So I'll wait for the program. That'd be a bad start if it crashed right at the beginning. All right, so if you guys were able to join me for my Pixelogics cast, you didn't see, but I kind of started messing around with her face here, making it zombie-like. If you look at This, I just put some bones under here in areas that I knew that I'm going to expose. And if I go to my comp, which is an early version of the sculpt that I just drew over, you can see that this is kind of what I have in mind. She's going to be eaten up in some places here. So that is what I'm working on now. And I'll just show you how I got the that look where she looks like she's kind of messed up here. All right, so if I turn off this face and turn on this face, this is what I have originally. I definitely want to keep a version of her for a beauty pass, non-zombie. And all I did is went in and kind of pushed the mesh in to expose the bone, right? So if I were to turn this one off, turn this one back on, and duplicate it, yeah, if I duplicate that, right, then if I go in with my, yeah, what's up, man? This is live, brother. What's up, much love? Yeah, so if I move this out of the way as much as I can, and grab my clay. Oh, there's some brushes that are missing here because I'm using 2019 and I didn't load it. All right, so let me actually close this for a second. Close this. Yes. No. Nope. All right, let's reload. ZBrush. And I'll be doing some toon rendery kind of stuff. I played around with that the other day. So if I go into some of the sculpts I worked on before, I made some renders of them with the new toon render. There's some cool stuff in here. Let's see. Just open all these. This blueprint one's pretty cool. And this is all 2019, just using the NPR filters, little pop art, that kind of stuff, right? But I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to, oh no, cancel. All right, I'm going to have to load these brushes. Hold tight 1 second. The brushes I need are loaded into 2018, not 2019, since I just loaded it. So if you give me a second, I'll put them in there. Let's see, startup. Brushes, grab these. And copy. And where's 2019? 2019 ZBrush. Startup, brushes, paste. All right, cool. So now I should be good to go. I see Twitch has no patience, and in the 2 seconds it took me to load that stuff in, like I have a mass exodus of people leaving. But that's cool. Remove this from the taskbar and let's add the new one, Pixelogic. 2019, open. Okay, here we go. You did it too. Yeah, everything else is saved. I didn't have those brushes in there. All right. Load. Captain Marvel. cool. All right, so if I'll go back and do this face part again, it's probably actually a good idea to make a layer for it, because then I can turn it up and turn it down as I want. So let's do that. Go to layers and record. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to use my Sculptors Pro mode also, but if I oh, you can't use that with layers. That's why I didn't do layers before. Okay. Let's delete this layer, bake all. Are you kidding me, dude? All right, delete lower. I don't want the lower. Oh, sorry, I have two layers turned on. Subtool, turn that one off. There you go. So let's undo that. All right, so now I can start digging into her face and get to that skull that's underneath. All right. Just hold tight. Let me bake that. Fill it with the color that I want. All right. Go back to my basic material. So now I can use Sculptors. You can't use Sculptors Plus with the layers enabled. So now if I have it turned on, Jesus. All right, delete the lower. It's giving me all kinds of problems today. There you go. So now you can see the resolution's much higher, right? You can't have layers and you can't have multiple subdivision levels. So, but now that I have that turned off, you can see that it is giving me a much higher resolution than the mesh actually allows, right? So it's only 288,000 points, but because I have the because I have Sculptors Pro on, it is just tessellating it as I sculpt. So there you go. And this is basically all I did to get to just erasing away this mesh. And it's exposing the skull that I have below. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me too. Where's my microphone? Move it a little closer. All right, so you can see that, and that is how, if I turn this off and turn on this one, this is how I got to this point right here, where she's pretty eaten up. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, I think when I dropped off on my last stream, I was working on her anatomy, kind of getting that straight. So I'm going to continue that. And I have some books and anatomy ref on my page here. I'm just going to pick it up where I left off. I think before I do that though, I'm going to merge these boots together. fix the tops of them. In my sketch here, I have the pointy part of the boot is in the front, and you can see that I sculpted off to the side, so I am going to fix that today. I'm just going to merge these parts together. So clone this and copy and paste this. Alright, rather than you guys looking at my face too, I'm going to move it so you can see my hand. I think that'll be more interesting. Let's see. Alright, let me get this camera just situated so you can see what I'm doing. Properties. All right, so just, this is my setup here. I just want to get a focus. Yeah, that's good. All right, save, close. That's better, cut off this light. That's cool. All right. So I'm on a 32-inch Cintiq, if you are wondering. And it is pretty sweet. Duplicate this. I'm gonna duplicate this, and let's go to this. All right. So if I solo this out, I got my boot here. I'm actually going to move this down, come back to this one so I can see what I'm doing, and just make a screen grab. All right, so now when I go to my boot, I can kind of have a frame of reference of what I'm doing here. All right, so now let's see. Now I haven't tried the Wacom Slim yet, man. You like that 24 though, huh? It's pretty sweet. Yeah, Much Love just picked up the 24-inch Cintiq the other day. All right, now as you can see, this is super low, low res here. So rather than trying to engineer the that point, I'm just going to use a I'm going to use some Boolean tools to get that right. So if I turn on my dynamic subdivision and apply it, now I have those subdivision levels, and I can take the copy. Let's move this down to the bottom. I'm going to take this piece and just turn it into a cube. All right, let's move it down where I need it. Okay. So I use, if you guys aren't familiar with my streams and my workflow, I use the Z modeler to do a lot of things, and I'm going to use it here to make the shape of the cut that I want. So you might be wondering, what the heck is he doing? Just give me a second, I'll get it for you. If I turn on live boolean and I make this a negative, let's turn off this stuff. Okay, you can see that what it does is it does that cut for you. And all that is, if I turn it back on to positive, it's just kind of hovering over this edge. So I know for a fact that I need to, first let me center my gizmo on here because it's kind of weird getting the orientation. Try to center this up a little bit better. Okay, and I know that I need for this to be wider. All right, so let's do that. Position it over. Turn that boolean back on again, live boolean, and make it negative. All right, so that's one cut. Let's make another one. Duplicate. And let's rotate it this way. Make that a negative as well. All right, so I'm pretty sure that I just want the fronts of her boots to have the triangle part, but I think that they're covered by the leg. So if I turn on the other boot, let's move this down to the bottom and turn that on. Let's see. All right, this is what we have so far. It's also not in the right position. All right, so let's put these pieces, let's orient them the way that I want them here. And turn this one back off again. And I'm going to turn off live boolean. And let's try to get this in position to the front here. Also, I'm going to move it forward and angle it. Maybe what I can do is I can get just the front and not the back with that triangle shape here. Okay, turn on the other one. I'm going to do a similar deal with this. The only thing about using the gizmo to do this stuff is while you're rotating around, it's pretty easy for it to lose the center on the object and it gets kind of wonky. So we don't want that. Okay. All right, so that's kind of giving me what I want. I might want a little more of an extreme. Let's do that. Okay. And then that back is still kind of flat, which is fine with me. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want to merge all this stuff together and actually use those Boolean cuts. So if I move this part up, it gets affected as well, right? It'll get cut as well. I also want to go in now and kind of make it fit into the shape a little better.
My man!
All right, so let's grab the lasso. Just want to mask that one part, and I'm going to use the H polish just to flatten this out a little bit. See, I have my live Boolean, or no, I'm sorry, the Sculptors Pro on too, and that's causing an issue. You know what, I'll fix this after I merge it together. Probably be easier. All right, so let's do this Boolean. All right, I have everything turned on. I have it kind of affected the way that I want it to look. So if I go down to Boolean and make a Boolean mesh, it should make a union of all those pieces here. Okay, and it looks like, do I have layers on for any of this? All right, layer gives you this weird kind of a color variation, so it's easy enough to fix. If there was something recording that I didn't want recorded, it does that. So I just go to the flat shade, make sure I have my RGB on, and fill it. There you go. So that's good. Go back to my basic material. All right, so this is one thing now. All right, and if we look at the poly frame, you can see what we have here. So geometry is not so great. What we can do though is we can Z-remesh this thing. So I go back to my subtools and duplicate this piece. Make sure solo is on, and now I can Z-remesh. Right, so now we're in 2019, so I'm very excited to see the new Z-remeshing features here. So let's go to it. Geometry, Z-remesh, and let's, I don't want to keep the poly groups. I kind of like the poly count. I'll keep that the same. I'll turn up my adaptive size, or turn down my adaptive size, sorry, and turn up my strength of my curve. And Z-remesh, let's see what this looks like. Whoa, that's nice. That's pretty nice. All right, so it doesn't even matter that that piece on the inside is sticking through, because we're not going to see that. That's really clean, actually. So okay, not used to getting it on the first shot, but Pixelogic went in and spent some time fixing the Z-remesher algorithm, making it even better, and it looks like it worked. All right, so this is one piece now, which is cool. I could even, let's do something here. I bet you I can isolate this and just use the Z modeler to draw it out again and get it even cleaner than this. So let's see something. I'm going to try something here. I wonder if, you know what, let's see if I can do this by, I want to polygroup this. I'm going to try to polygroup it by normals and see what happens. Let's see. Group by normals. Yeah, it doesn't do it. All right, so let's do this. I want to isolate the edge here. And I'll get this part here as well. so let's group this. All right, not great, but it's okay. So what I can do now is I can grab this and grow it out and get a better, let's move this out of the way too. Let's get a better selection. This doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to be way better than it's going to be way better than it was before, actually. All right, it's not bad. So I'm going to group this, right? And then this is its own thing. So now if I hit auto group, what's going to happen is it's going to separate the inside from the outside, and that's what I want. Okay, I don't want this inside, just want the outside. And I actually don't care about the edge that I deleted either, so I can clean this up a little more. Let's see if I can get, all right, group that. That's probably, let's grow this a little bit, actually. Yeah, all right, that's fine. All right, so let's delete hidden. All right, I'm going to flip the geo so it's inside out now, and now I'm just going to use my Z modeler and give this thickness a Q mesh polygroup all. Okay, and it's okay that this top is a little wonky right now. It's cool. Fix that. Let's give that a little thickness. Now, the thing you also got to be careful about when you're doing this is I'm using Q mesh, and where those areas overlap, it tends to want to join them together. So I'm actually going to do an extrude rather than a Q mesh. All right, so I'll extrude polygroup all. Okay, and then the inside is not pretty, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. We're not going to really see that. What I can do to clean up the edge here is select just this piece and give it an edge loop under geometry. Okay, now if I all right, if I just keep that inner part and I go under deformation, polish by features, it'll clean that up. So if I go back and look, all right, that top edge is still, let's grow this. Let's do polish by features. Polish by features, okay. All right, so that's better. That's better, that's better. Let's grab this one too. Let's see what this does. Polish by feature. I just want to soften the inside out. I don't want it to give me any weird artifacting later on. All right, so now I kind of have the look that I want. All right, it's not perfect, but it is definitely good enough to work on. So let's turn on the other one. Turn off solo. All right, so this is the boot we had before. And is this the right one? No. Where's my union? Solo. All right, this is the one we have now. All right, so I'm going to give this one more. I'm going to kind of go in and fix some of this a little bit. I soften it, I'll get a little better edge. It's okay if I don't keep it really crisp on the edge, because it's not really what I'm looking for anyway. And I can always go in and add that later on. I just want to get the shape. The shape of my sketch that I had before. All right, so let's take this. The other thing I can do now is, if I want to, I can, yeah, this is going to be better too. So I can isolate everything except for the outside. Come on, like that. And delete and do another extrude, and it'll be even cleaner than it was before, right? So let's delete the hidden. Maybe soften this edge a little bit. Just do a little contouring. All right, that's an issue right there. That's an issue as well. That's why it's giving me that weird bend, because those little pieces are cut out. Looks like I have a few of them. So maybe if I delete this edge here and let's look around. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to slice curve this, and it'll give me a really nice edge. Did my computer just freeze? Oh no, okay. All right, so let's do a slice curve. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to hide. Let's see. I want something like this. All right, that's on one side. I just need to worry about this side. The other side is not really messed up. It's just this one. Okay. Okay. So delete that and flip it. Let's go ahead and let me try something. I'm actually going to try to do a Z remesh without giving it thickness. I don't know if this is going to be successful or not, but let's try it. Usually it has to have some thickness in order to hold these edges. Z remesh. Same adapt. All right, let's give it another shot. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, in the back it's a little wonky, but you know what? I can hide that in the back of her thigh and nobody will ever notice. Let's try it one more time, see what happens. All right, that's better. And I can sculpt back my detail. All right, so now if I flip and I go in and give it some thickness, it's clean. Okay, and I can sculpt back into the thigh. So now I will copy this geometry tool. And go back to my original, which was this, and paste. Okay, and you can see detail's gone, but the geometry is way better. So I'm going to, do I want to project the foot back? Let's see. I'll just sculpt it back, it's all right. Delete that, yes. Delete that, yes. There's my boot. Okay, and that's looking better, right? Before I subdivide this, I want to give some holding lines to the top here. Keep it nice and crispy on the top for now. I'm also going to probably want to add some piping to it later. So let's just insert a few loops. Maybe down here on her sole as well. If I have a clean edge, it doesn't look like I have one all the way around. But you know what? This is not bad right here, actually. Alright, so now if I turn on dynamic, it'll hold that edge for me. So let's divide a couple times. Alright. And it's actually good to have this at a low res because I can get the shape the way I want it. What's wrong with the pen, man? You said there's problems with the slim pen? I haven't tried it yet. The last Wacom thing I got was the stand for the 32, which is great. I'm going to do video review for the 32 and the stand soon. A little behind in that. All right, so let's get some reference here. Always good to have reference. Do I have any with her leg bent? All right, not photo reference. All right, so let's find some. Let's find some real quick. You have to get this shortcuts club. Yeah. Yeah, that ergo stand is great, right? It's definitely worth the money. I'll just go to my Pinterest. Oh, wait. So I have I put a lot of time into collecting reference for all kinds of topics, and anatomy is one of them. So if anybody wants to follow my Pinterest page, it's just at MikeTArtworks with a S. Let me type it in. Yeah. So we got men, women on here, everybody's on here. I want somebody that really has their leg like this. This is a dude, but this will be helpful. I need that extreme kind of fold over where the calf meets the thigh. That's good. All right, it's probably enough. Pinterest is a rabbit hole. It's very easy for me to get stuck in here. Oh, this is actually one more. This one. All right, let's flip it and let's get this out of the way. All right, cool. I know, right? It's very easy to get in that Pinterest mode. Pinterest and ArtStation are two things that I have to definitely limit my time on. It turns into a problem. All right, so part of the reason why I didn't mind messing up the sculpt on this thing is I can easily go in and go in and, just resculpt it. It's not that big a deal. Let's move my light because it's hard to see. Oh. It's not the light. I have that part masked. That is masked. So actually, while it's masked, let's tuck it in a little bit. Maybe do a little inflate action. Smooth and inflate. All right. And I'm just bouncing between my damn standard, the slash, and my clay spin, just to give me kind of the looks that I'm going for here. solo this out for a second. Just try to get some of these bony masses and hard surfaces back. Get this cartilage back on the knee here. All right, so I'm not going to go bananas with the anatomy because it's going to be folds and all that on top of it. But if you don't have a good, structure underneath, then it doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to. This part is supposed to be really kind of pinched with the the flesh. So I'm going to build it up so it overlaps. I didn't love the effect I was getting with the inflate. It was looking kind of globby, for lack of a better word. So I'm just going to build it up with the clay spin here. What's up, Pro? Thanks for stopping by, man. I have to start doing more of these twitches. This is one of those things where as an artist, it's very easy to not stream, because if you don't advertise it right and you don't do it regularly enough, you don't have anybody in the room, and it's kind of a come down to go from a Pixelogic stream where I might have 200-300 people in the room at a time to 9 people. You know what I mean? But I know that with this, doing it on your own, you just have to, consistency kind of wins the day. So I won't take it personally. Do it, brother. Yeah, no, Much has been holding it down. I can't lose my 1 follower. That's all good, man. Turn down the resolution a little bit so I don't get I just want to get a deep cut and then come back and build in those forms. I'm going to add a piece over her boot also, to give it some detail today. I think that'll look pretty cool. Like right now it looks like she's just wearing a stocking. Thanks, man. All right, I definitely need a serious pinch here, so I'm going to, I might need to subdivide again. This is only Wow, I only have 56,000 on this. All right, let's divide this again. It's probably part of the reason why it's looking so bad when I go in with the slash. That's better. Keep it as low as I can. For as long as I can. I like to use the H polish too to go in and get some of these plane changes. All right, so you can see my piping is sticking through. I don't need all of that. Design, what kind of design? What you talking about? Hey, thanks, Devartis. What's going on, man? Devartis. All right, let's get back to this piping. Tool. Oh, forgot, you guys. I'm in. Oh, there goes my speaker. I'm in 2019 right now. So guess what I can do? Make folders. I'm gonna make folders. Get organized up in this piece. Let's see. Let's call this boots. This is the one feature that I've been waiting for so long. You want to get in the... Okay, there's that boot. There's the top of the other boot. Let's put that in there too. Okay. Collapse it. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. All right. So, where's my piping? All right, there's my piping. I'll rename this. All right, I'm gonna take off her scary zombie face for the moment. Go back to the other one. And delete the other. Is this the other zombie face? Yeah, let's delete this one. Okay, so rename this. Zombie face. Zombie face and regular face. That's the piping for her. Turn that on. Turn that on. Okay, there's my piping. Now, the other day I shrunk down the thickness of the piping when I was doing the ZBrush live stream. I'm going to, oh, you're going to watch it today? Man, you know, I know it's good. I already heard from people. There's some, if you have a daughter or a girlfriend, take them because there's some little girl power moments in there too. So it's good for everyone. All right, I still think this is too thick, this piping, so I'm going to see if I can just slide the edge. Let's try that. Slide, edge loop complete. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Yeah, that's better. And same with the back. All right, so now if I turn on dynamic, it looks more like piping and less like suspenders. All right, taking your girlfriend, nice, go enjoy. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna start streaming like on the reg too, by the way, so I think I'm gonna come in tomorrow around this time as well. So if you want to come back tomorrow and check me out, do that, tell a friend, follow my page, you'll get alerts. And definitely let me know what you think of that movie. All right. It's a little thing, but adding this piping is like my favorite part because it takes it from just a regular mesh into actually being a uniform. And if you missed me making this, the YouTube video for Pixelogic, my ZBrush live stream is on YouTube. It's actually on my YouTube page. That page is... Okay, YouTube is the only social media thing that I have that doesn't have MikeTArtworks. For whatever reason, it's MikeTArtwork, singular. But if you go on there, you'll see I have a YouTube a ZBrush Live section. There's, I think I had 20 videos in there now. I've been streaming for a long time. All right, let's fix this part. Don't need to see that at all. Tuck it in the boot. Tuck it in the boot. All right, we're gonna need to fix that other boot too. Pretty much do the same thing I just did for the right boot. Do that to the left boot. So, while I'm thinking of it, might as well just do it now. Do it live! I'm gonna give her short gloves too, because I don't like the long gloves. I'm glad to have you, man. Pro is a long-time supporter from back in the day. All right, so these boots are really thick now, but that's okay. I can always make them thinner. It's not a big deal. In fact, let's see. Let's sculpt this up a little bit. All right. Better? Okay. Let's do the other boot. All right, so I can go to my boot folder. Open up a boot folder. There it is. Okay. Turn off everything but this piece and this piece. I just want to kind of make sure that these pieces are in the same space, which it looks like they are. All right. I must not have an edge loop on this. That's why it's getting so thin at the top. So let's do this. Select just the inside. I just wanted to cover this piece where they have to boolean together. All right, nobody's going to see this anyway, so it's all right. So it's crazy thick right now, but that's okay. Also, I got to add a loop to the top here. All right, see modeler, insert loop, loop. Okay, cool. All right, so now I'll take these two, and you can see I spent no time on that foot. That's ridiculous, but that foot is in the smoke, so nobody will ever see it. So I'm going to copy this. Let's go to this one. I'm going to go to the one where I originally made it because I want to use those cubes. See if I can move those around and repurpose them for the other side. All right, so let's go down to, let's hide that and paste. All right, there's that. Where is, oh, I have Boolean turn on, that's why it's doing that. All right, so there are my cubes. And then let's go grab the other part of the boot. Copy. And is this the right one? This is the one I want. And paste. All right. So if I go to my cubes and let me see if I can merge this one down. It's okay. All right. Let's duplicate this, turn off this one, and let's also hide that. All right, so now what I want to do is I just want to move this over to the other side. Use it on this boot right here. Try to line it up a little bit. And I need to remember that the front of this peak needs to be in the, it actually needs to be in the front of the boot and not off to the side. So if I turn on live boolean again and make this a negative, turn off poly mesh, then you can kind of see what we have. Now the back of this boot is going to be exposed, so I don't want it to look too janky. So I'm going to want to move these blocks around a little bit. Okay, let's turn off live boolean. Get this thing as straight as possible, which is right there. That's fine. And if I solo this and turn back on the poly frame, I just want these to be two separate blocks. So I'll just hit auto group, and now I can select them by just hovering over them, clicking on an edge with the alt selected. All right, that masks out the other one. I'm going to get this gizmo as close as I can to the center of the brick, or the block rather, and get it as straight as I can, just so I can have a frame of reference for where I am in the space. All right. I wish there was a feature to do that, put it right in the center of the geometry. It gets it close, but and then it kind of twists it up. The gizmo, that is. All right, so that's close, right? Not bad. The other cube is masked. So if I turn on solo, where I want to be now is I want that leg to be as straight up and down as possible. All right, so that's not bad. Some new function for the centering stuff. Yes. You know what? The last couple of months have been pretty garbage for me, so I haven't been able to pay attention. I actually was testing it out and missed the last few presentations, so there's things that I need to get up on. All right, so that's not bad. All right, let's turn off transparent, turn on live boolean. Let's make that, turn that off. Why is, okay, it's turned off. Where is it? Wait a second. All right, live boolean, turn it on. There you go. There you go. There you go. I guess it'd be easier just to line it up from the front, and the same thing with the other cube, which if I turn off live boolean and switch the mask, now I can select that side. Turn back on live boolean. Let's rotate this. So rather than doing this live boolean style, I think it would be easier just to turn this off and just cut it like I did before with the slice. So if I go back to solo and kind of line that up, turn off dynamic. Let's grab just the outside, that's all I'm concerned with. Delete hidden. All right, I'm going to delete this edge, fix the top here. Just insert another edge. Okay, turn on dynamic. All right. So when I apply the dynamic subdivision levels, if I don't have a second edge up there, it's going to shrink down really thin, and I don't want that. So I'll hit apply here. Okay, so now that has subdivision levels. All right, I'm going to probably don't need this many. Let's see. All right, delete lower, delete higher. Go to my slice curve, okay. Now, where's the rest of that boot? It's right there, okay. I want this, just want to make sure it's lined up properly. I need to know where the front of this thing is. And I think that's pretty close. So let's solo, not solo, yeah, solo it out. Okay. So it's okay that the front of that is not like a sharp point. I don't really care. All right, turn off solo. All right, so when I just need to bear in mind that when I do Boolean these together, I need to get rid of everything above that that dip. So I can do that now actually with the clip curve, right? And I'll just grab it and do this number. Okay. Oh, now that did give me a lip, so I don't want to do that. I want to, I'll slice curve it. Okay. Oh my God. All right. You know what? Be easier if I had double turned on so I could see the back of this. Actually, let's just give it thickness first. Turn off double, flip it, and then draw it out from the inside like that. All right, now I can see what I'm doing. So we'll come back over to this one. There you go. Just want to get rid of this edge. Delete hidden. And close holes. All right. So if I come back over here, what I can do is I can, before I do the Boolean, let's try to clean up that edge a little bit. I'm going to Z-remesh it. up Z remesh. Z remesh. You know what? I haven't saved. Let me save this. Quick save. Oh, is that piece hidden? Oh, I thought I got rid of that. I did not. Delete hidden. Now Z remesh. Okay. All right. That's better. It's a little wonky at the top. So I'm going to polygroup by polyloop. And start isolating some of the, oh geez. All right, so it's worse than I thought. Let's do it again. See, remesh, same. Let's do halved and detect edges. Oh my God, detect edges for the win. That is crispy. All right, that'll work. Oh, come on, dude. It looks like these are continuous loops, though. Are they? Maybe they're not. Yeah, that's what I'm using. All right, so I will, let me do this. Turn this down, turn this up. I'm going to do it again. See if I can get this lower. Okay. And it's better. All right, so now let me try to polygroup by polyloop. Still getting spirals, man. But I don't see what, oh, all right, the topology is way off, but I can fix that. It's still better than it was before. Just want to try to isolate the outside. It's not going to be perfect because I see that there's a spiral. All right, auto group. Dude, you kidding me? Oh, the bottom is still to one thing, that's why. Auto group. There you go. Okay, just want to get the outside and the inside split. Then I can clean it up some. All right, I'm going to say group this and let's go to deformation, polish by features. Okay. Centering style, rewatch, hope things are better now. Okay, man, cool. Go eat, brother. All right, so all I care about is what I have visible, so I'll delete hidden. And then go back to my subtool, turn off solo. All right. So on this top edge, I'm going to give it some thickness. Flip. And extrude. Not polymesh. Extrude. Polygroup ball. All right, cool. All right, so now let's go to deformation and polish by groups and see if that helps. It's better. I'm trying to unfold that top a little bit because it's kind of folded out. Polish by groups. Polish by features. What does that do? Okay. Okay, so now I can Boolean these two pieces together. Go to my subtools. Those are the only ones that are visible. And let's hit Boolean, make Boolean. All right, so there that is. Okay. And definitely want to retopo this. So I'm just going to group it all. Geometry. Let's do this. Same. Turn down the adapt. Turn up the curve. Detect edges. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Let's do half. Try it again. Okay. All right. Let's do a half again and see what happens. Yeah, it's better. Okay. The bottom of her foot is kind of whack, but again, that part is going to be in the explosion, so it doesn't matter. And all I care about is the outside, but before I delete the inside, I'm going to go to my subtool and project back some details. All right, so I do have details that I care about. Not so much this part up here, but the bottom of the leg. All right, so let's go over to here and mask just the bottom. Turn that on and let's solo it. Probably gonna have to divide this up before I get any kind of decent result, but let's try. Change that distance to 0.2. Turn off the blur and project back the detail. Okay, looked like it did a little bit, but let's divide this once. project. Oh, not the top, bottom. Okay. All right, it's not like I had a lot there to begin with, actually, but that's fine. All right, so then I can just smooth away that area that was joined. I'm going to be sculpting back all my detail anyway, so it's all right. And I can take my H-polish and kind of hit that curved up part of the top. That, and then just smooth it down a little bit. All right, and I'm going to be deleting the inside anyway, so it's okay if that top gets thin. Doesn't matter. I do want to kind of maintain a decent shape here, so let's see if I can fix this a little bit. It's looking a little wonky. All right, so now if I step back down again and delete everything but the white, look at that hole there. That's not good. Where'd that come from? Interesting. I'm going to end up sewing that together anyway, but I'm going to delete hidden. Okay. I am going to delete a few edges and see if I can get a cleaner result. So if I hover over it and hit subdivision level, okay, let's delete higher. Delete higher. Hold up. The chat is in the way. Let's get out of the way, dude. Get out of the way. Let's move this over here. All right, delete. Yeah, that detail is minimal anyway, so I'm going to delete higher. Okay. Delete hidden. Oh, did it already delete the hidden? Okay, it did already. All right, cool. Let's delete this top edge. There you go. That's better. And let's delete this edge. Okay. Better. All right, I can even pull up my point a little bit here. Get back what I lost. Okay. Now I'm going to sew together this part down here that got messed up. I don't know what happened here, but I can see there's also a crease. I don't want that. So I'll just delete this crease and then sew these points down. Stitch, 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 stitch. All right, and then just smooth this out. No problemo. All right, so now what I can do is give that, let's pull this out a little bit. Okay, I can give this some thickness again. So I'll just flip it, go back to my Z modeler, go back to extrude and give it thickness, all right? Booyah. So that's good. The other thing I can do now is I can, let's crease this edge just to hold it for now, right? I'm going to crease the whole loop, crease that loop as well. And yeah, that foot's a mess, but that's okay. And then I can go and I want to see, all right, I want to see if I can get that top a little better. So if I go to deformation and polish by features, see if I can just get that a little less crazy looking. Let's see what polish by groups does. That's a little better. Is that masked? It looks like that's, oops, it looks like that's masked. No, I guess it's not. All right, I'll sculpt that back, but that's better. All right, so now what I can do is I don't want it to be creased because it's just too sharp. I'll remove the crease, but I will add just to insert a couple of loops just to kind of keep it a little better there. And now turn on dynamic. That's cool. All right, there's my other boot. So now what I can do is I can rename this to right boot, left boot. I'm going to call it left. It's on our left. Left boot. Copy. And I can replace the old one. So this is my other one. Let's rename this right boot. And paste in the left boot. Alright, and then I'll delete the old left boot. Delete. And delete the top. Delete. Turn on everything. Turn off polyframe. Let's make everything visible. Oh, not everything. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff that I'm not using. I got a lot of construction stuff here. All right, I got a Ryan Kingsland model in there to show me how muscles should look. I'll just turn that off. Do I want this one? This is my original. All right, this is what she started off as, the base mesh here. So I don't need this. Let's delete this. There's my bodysuit. Is that my old suit? That's my old suit. I don't need this one. Sash, that's my good suit. Where's that Kingsland model? At the bottom. Turn that off. All right. Okay. There are my boots. And I'll make sure that I turn those on. Okay. All right. And I also want to turn off her regular face, leave on zombie face. All right, so now I can sculpt back some detail into these boots because they got real soft. Actually, I can push the thigh in. So I know these are boots, and you probably would not see, you know, the muscle like this, but she's a superhero, so it is what it is. Even if she is zombified. Oops. All right, my blur is turned up way too high. Or yeah, let's turn that down. There you go. All right, I just want to pull this down a little bit. All right, that part is going to be, yeah, like I said, I'm going to have that kind of mushed up into her thigh a little bit, so doesn't matter if it gets soft. What happened here? You got to be careful on the on some of these areas. I need to have back face masking turned on because you see it just kind of pulled through there. Just turn it on. Clay spin, turn it on. Just fill that back in again. All right. Oh, dude. Didn't I turn it on? I thought I had to turn it on. That's what happens if you don't turn it on. Back face masking. There you go. I didn't have it turned on for smooth though. All right, that part's not going to be seen, but I don't like it. There you go. That's better. Cool. Sometimes you got to get anal retentive with this stuff. Oh, I don't want back face mask turned on for the move. All right, so I need to decide what I'm gonna do with the like how fabricy I want these, you know, where I want the piping and all that good stuff. So I've got a bunch of different Captain Marvel reference images here. I don't want the kind that has the buttons on the side of her boot. I thought this was dope. I might actually buy this. This is kind of fresh. I like the idea of having the piece that kind of goes over the boot. There's a better picture on this one. I like this piece. I'm going to add this to her boots. This piece that goes over. This is kind of fresh. Yeah, here's another person that did that piece over. All right. But I also like the idea of having some parts of piping in there as well. So I'm gonna do that definitely on the top. So let's do that right now, actually. And then I can thin this piece here. So first let's save what we got. Let's move this out of the way. It's always in the way. Call this nine. I want to do that piece at the top that's going to cover the piping as well. Let me get some detail back in her leg too, because right now it's kind of soft. And I sculpt exactly how I draw. I always have a lot of reference, so I can see what I'm doing. I have a feeling that this doesn't have a lot of geometry to it. Let's see. It doesn't. No, it's under 10,000 polys. All right, let's divide this a little bit. You know, before I divide it, I can make life really easy. Give myself my piping. I could also give myself a seam. So I'm going to do that. All right, let's get rid of all this stuff. I'm going to clone this piece. Clone. See if I missed any questions. Anybody asking me anything? Nope. Okay. Drink some coffee. All right, so I got my clone boot. I am going to duplicate the boot. Go to my sketch. All right, so I want that top piece to be pretty thick. Yeah, so I can do that by doing a curve strap. I want to do a curve strap. I think I'll use the geometry brush actually for that. But in the meantime, what I can do is I can add a seam down her leg. So I'm just hiding everything but this piece. And I want the seam on the inside of her leg. So let's just insert, oh, wait. I like to engineer these in as opposed to just using the damn standard sometimes. See, this is a problem because this mesh is not exactly doing what I want it to do. Okay, good. I can get a clean seam here. That's good. Oh, there's one there too. Yeah, because it wraps around the bottom of the foot. What I can do, that foot is hidden in the explosion. So I actually think I can just delete the bottom of the foot. Let's see. Solo. All right. That's just going to be a peg anyway that's kind of holding her into that explosion. So let's do something here. Let's grab this. It would be nice if it was under her shin a little bit to give her some stability. Like that. All right. Grab my clay spin. All right, so that's good. So now I don't have to worry about her foot. I can chop that sucker off. Let's get rid of this plain thing. I don't know what this arm is going to be. Oh yeah, do I have questions here? I can type. Let's see. Auto mod pop-up. Is it not why can't I see it in the stream? Oh, I have the Iron Man in the way. Something seems off with the camera. Really, what are you talking about? What's happening with the camera? You know you can change focal lengths in the camera now. Held a message. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's got a mod here. I don't know why it's doing that. That would explain why nobody is saying anything. All right. Okay. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just hit me. Sorry about the mod. All right, let me hide this piece I don't like. I don't know what that's going to be yet. All right, so now I can go back and save this. Save. Yes. Go back to my boot. I can get rid of the bottom, which is garbage anyway. I don't really care about it. Let's get rid of the boot. I don't need this one. Delete. I'm getting rings, that's why. All right, so let's do, am I getting a ring? Let's see. Oh no, it's clean. All right, cool. So the bottom is gone. I'll get rid of the inside. All right, all I care about is this part now. Just delete hidden. Let's delete this loop right now and delete this loop because that's the one that was doing the ring thing, and I want to give it some depth. All right, so I'm gonna extract it out again, extrude it out, rather. So much cleaner. All right, that's much better. All right, so now I should be able to go in and give myself some nice seams. All right, there's one seam. It doesn't carry over, which is perfect. Now I can poly. I only want the white showing for now, right? So I'm going to poly loop by polygroup by polyloop. All right, so that's where my seam is going to be, on the outside. Do I want one on the inside too? Or the inside, rather? Oh, in the drawing I have it on the outside as well. All right, so let's do it on the outside too. Give myself a loop. Uh-oh, can't do that because I have a part hidden. Let's put it right there. Yeah, that's cool. All right, now polyloop by polygroup, or group by loop. Boom, like that. Okay. Now I want to have this have some thickness on either side, so I'm going to engineer a couple of not only holding lines, but this is going to feel like the sewn part that holds it. Right, so let's do that. Let's hide everything but the white again, and now I want a poly loop, or polygroup rather, that part and this part. Okay, it looks like I gotta slide these a little bit because they're not quite the same, but that's not bad. All right, bring everything back. These are gonna be loops, guys, or seams, I promise you. All right, so now insert here, insert here. All right, and I want to push the blue in, right? So if I go to my QMesh, polygroup all, there. Oops, not out, in. Okay. All right, so now I have a seam. It's going to be crispy. Oh man, the new Cintiq is amazing. I mean, it's new, but I've had mine for about a year. I'm one of the Wacom, I guess, partners, so they lace me up with this thing, and I've always loved it. The thing that is new for me is, let me see if I can see if you guys can see this. I have a stand now. Let's see. There's a lag. Man, what a lag. That lag. All right, yeah. So there's a stand, right? And so now I can lock it into place. And it becomes a standing desk if I want. Also, I can rotate it, which is bananas. Right? Rotate it around. I can also do this kind of a number. Bring it forward if I want to work this way. It's just dope. And then rotate it like this. It does. The stand is great. Plus I was kind of getting carpal tunnel. So the way I had this set up before was I had CD trays that were holding it in place. If you guys missed my Pixelogic stream, I didn't tell you about how I had CD trays. It was just real uncomfortable, right? So I get paid to paint for a living, and I can't blow out my wrist. The sculpting thing is kind of, you know, it's not what pays the bills, but I enjoy it. So if anybody from any of the sculpting companies want to holler at me, I'll definitely do some work. All right, so there's my seam, right? Can you guys still see the screen? It's at a weird angle now. Let's see if I can get this a little better. Zoom. How's that? Is that good? Yeah, it's okay. All right, I'll hold that there. Come on, what is with this auto mod? Is there a way to turn off the auto mod? It keeps not letting me see your questions. I can see why you guys aren't talking to me. All right, somebody that uses Twitch, tell me how to turn off the auto mod. I'm sure there's no crazy stuff on here. I'm looking. I don't see it. All right. Let's get back to this. So, move this down, back. All right, so back to the seam here. All right, so I kind of got this the way I want it, right? What I can do now is I can, if I turn off dynamic, or sorry, turn off polyframe, you can see I have my seam engineered in here. It would also pop up on either side though, like there's a, you know, it raises as it is drawn in. So I can do that one of two ways. Normally, if I'm using a dam standard and just slicing it in by hand, I would just use the inflate button, or I'm sorry, the inflate brush rather. But I don't know, I kind of like that. I kind of like that as it is. All right, I'm going to circle back to this. Circle back to this. All right, but what I can do now, right, is I can add a little bit of a pinch. Turn on my lazy mouse, and I can pinch this a little bit. And now at the bottom it's not so necessary, right, because it's already thin, but at the top it's pretty wide. It's just because the geometry changes. Turn off dynamic. Okay. A little pinch there. Yeah, you see how wide it is at the top here. And I'm just hitting replay last. I have it bound to my desktop here, my UI. Okay. Better. But wait, there's more. Let's turn back on polyframe. Okay, and you can see these loops got a little whack here, but I can just smooth them. And it'll kind of get it back to where I want it. All right. Now I want the inside of this crease to be super crispy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to crease the seam. First I'm going to move this out of the way. It's always in the way. All right, let's see. Geometry, crease. I don't want it to be. Where's my crease? Here it is. I don't want it to be set to 15, right? That's crazy. But I will set it to like 2. 2. Okay. And then I'll just crease this edge here. I got to go to my Z modeler, change insert to crease, crease complete, click. Right. Now that creased at the top too, right? It's creasing that edge. Maybe I don't want complete, maybe I want partial. So let's try partial. Yeah, that's what I want. And then partial on this side. All right, so now if I do dynamic, that's what it looks like as opposed to this side. See how soft it is on this side? We don't want that. We want it to be crispy. So there. That's what it is. Let's do it on the other side. do a crease. Crease. The other thing I can do now, rather than trying to pinch those edges together, is I can just slide them on the inside, right? So I'll change it from crease to slide. I'm telling you guys, I love ZModeler. I use it for everything. So I'm going to slide edge loop partial. Pull that in. Pull that in. Let's see what this looks like. All right, that looks more like a boot loop. Boot loop. Fruit Loops. Let's do it again on this side as well. Slide. I got to get in close because it's hard to see what I'm doing here. Slide. And slide. Okay. And that top is, I do want to add a loop. Insert a loop because it's a little too soft. So maybe I'll put one here in the middle, split the difference here and here. Now if I turn on dynamic, that's what it looks like as opposed to that, right? Which is okay, but I'm going to inflate the edge and I just want it to hold a little better. So let's put one on this side as well. Just add a loop, like that, right? The other thing I can do now, because I made polygroups, is I can inflate the green, right? But maybe I don't want it to be this wide, right? So let's maybe, all right, just bear with me. I'm going to add a loop here. I'm going to delete this loop. All right, let's try this. Delete this one and slide this one. Let me slide this one. There you go. Okay. And then this one, insert. I'm holding Alt to delete, right? I'm going to add one here. I'm going to delete this one. Okay, that worked on that side. Let's do the same thing on this side. See how I have this gap? I want to keep my polys as square as possible. So I'm going to delete that edge. That worked. This one I'm probably going to have to slide. Delete. Oh, no, it worked. All right, cool. And cool. So what I can do at this point is I can isolate just the green on both sides, right? I like that. Just change the color so I can see it a little better. Red. Any red? There's something. Okay. I will now all right, show everything. Okay, let's save this before I lose it. Save, quick save. All right, so now if I hover over a face and go to inflate polygroup all, I can inflate this, and that should make it look a little more like fabric, right? If I hit dynamic. Yeah, it's better. Okay. So before and after. Let's just do it again, dynamic. Now I actually want it to inflate inward as well. So I'm going to, all right, I clicked between the pink and the green and I got both of them. All right, I want both of those polygroups on both sides, which is cool. All right, I'm gonna group that. Okay. So now if I hit inflate, it should inflate in as well as up, which it is. Okay. Now turn on dynamic, turn off that, and it pinches it in. You see at the top, pinched it into. The only thing about it is it's a little difficult to see. Let's see something. I'm just thinking while I'm talking to you guys. Dynamic. All right, so if I do that, it's hard to see the edge. So I'm actually going to step back. I'm going to step back a little bit. Okay. I just want to inflate this part. That's fine. And then I can pinch. I can pinch the bottom part. All right, so is it doing it? There you go. Okay. So it pinches it a little bit, starting to look a little more like what I want. Let's get this. This is a boot leather, so it's not going to be as kind of thin as her clothes. So I don't want the lines to go real soft. You know, I want them to be pretty dynamic. Not dynamic, I'm sorry, uniform. So let's pinch over here on this side as well. All right, and this is wide all the way at the top and the bottom. So let's just kind of pinch. And all I'm doing is I'm hitting my replay last, which I have bound to my UI. And I can see where there's areas where I want it to be a little tighter. People ask me a lot how I get, you know, really clean meshes. It's because I'm using ZModeler and I'm, you know, doing exactly what you see right here. And you just get some really clean effects. All right, so I like that. I like that. I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the sculpting on the leg. It's looking super soft. Let's fix that. I don't like that at all. What happened to my... Okay, here it is. Yeah, her leg got real soft, you guys. All right. Oh, I know why. Because I don't have any geometry. This is only 7,000 polys. So let's divide. Now that I have everything I need, I can divide. But before I do, you know what? I know a way to quickly make the part that I have in my sketch here, right? So if I look at this, I'm going to take subtool, subtool, subtool. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this, right? I'm going to do a quick save real fast here. Save, turn off dynamic, turn on solo. I don't want anything but the inside, the purple part, right? So there's my purple. Delete hidden. Now I want to get rid of some of these loops because what's happening is I'm getting pinching because I added loops for the seam. So let's get rid of those. Delete. Let's say edge loop complete this time. Okay. Delete. 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 Delete and delete. Okay, let's delete this one as well. All right. So this is inside out right now, which is not exactly what we want. I'm going to smooth this just to kind of get rid of that crease. All right. So we're looking at this inside out. So I'm going to hit flip. Okay, now we're looking at it the right way. And what I would like to do is I want to get this piece up here, this lip. So I can do it a couple different ways. I think what I want to do though is I want to use my geometry brush. All right, so if I select B, G, wait, Z, wait a minute, B, Z, Z modeler, Z remesher, Z project. Where's the Z? Hold tight, wait a minute. Where's the brush I'm looking for? I haven't used this in a long time. Z remesher guides? I don't want that. Oh, topology, sorry, topology brush, that's what I want. All right, so let's make this brush a little smaller. And I'm going to draw out kind of what I want on this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it can be close. All right, so there's one, this top piece. And this is the thing that I didn't really use a lot, but my friend Shane Olson kind of told me about how dope this was, so I started using it, and you get some really clean topo. It's kind of a legacy feature. I don't even know if people are really messing with it too much anymore. All right, so that's that, and then I can draw my segments. Try to get it as close as possible here. Okay. And as I draw these out, I should be getting my all right, why is it doing? It always looks jacked up at first. Let's see something. Do it this way. Okay. This one doesn't look like it did it all the way. Let's get rid of this. Come on, dude. Okay. Let's get rid of that and that edge. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's get rid of that. Not usually this hard, you guys. When you have straight, okay. When you have straight points, it doesn't want to act right. Seriously, dude? All right, close that. And all right, cool. All right, so there you go. And then if I just hit, if I just tap, I get my geometry. Now the back didn't close, but that's okay. I can just use the modeler to close that. All right, but it's ultimately way cleaner than it would have been had I tried to use the existing loops. So I'm going to split unmasked. Okay, come down to this piece. Go back to Z modeler. I don't care about anything other than the outer edge. So if I select this part and delete it, okay, and I auto group and select the green and delete it, okay. I want to remove this crease. There's a crease that goes all the way around this thing. I didn't ask for that. So if I hit crease, edge loop complete, and then hold Alt and tap, it should get rid of the crease for me. It's supposed to. It's kind of, all right. Now I just want to bridge these two pieces, close it up, right? So if I hover over an edge, go to bridge, edge, click, click, done. All right. It is a beautiful thing. All right. So now I can go in and I can kind of get this looking a little better. Because it's such low topology, I can go in and really get exactly the shaping that I want. It's like ridiculous. All right, so I'm going to go in and do that. I had to add a couple of extra edges over here, so I'm just going to delete these just to keep it uniform. Delete that one. Delete this one. Let's maybe add one here and then slide this over. All right. Okay, this is gonna be dope, you guys. So maybe what I'll do is I'll keep this for both sides of the boot, because she needs the edge on both sides. But I don't know, because the good thing about doing this way is it lays directly on your geometry on top of the boot, so I don't have to worry about moving anything around really. All right, so that's cool. All right, I got the single-sided on, it's facing outward. If I turn off solo, there's my boot. Okay, I can now give this thing some thickness. Right, Q-mesh, polygroup ball, give it a little thickness. Okay, and this is just so I can see where I am. More than likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up having to reskin it, but that's okay. I do that all the time, you guys. All right, there's that one. And I'm just going to use the gizmo to kind of get some of these things in place, and then I'll use the move tool to really finesse it. Okay, I don't want that piece. Oops. Let's use the move tool and just kind of get this looking good. Don't worry about the fact that it's penetrating the mesh. We'll fix that. I'm glad I get to do this. I'm actually working on a project for Hasbro. Now, I've been doing a lot of Hasbro stuff lately, but it's illustration, and I haven't gotten to sculpt in a minute, so this is fun. Love to paint, but I love to sculpt too. Love to eat, so gotta pay the bills. All right, so that's not bad. Turn on dynamic, let's see what it looks like. Okay. So now we can really pull it out here. Move it up. I'm more concerned with this part I'm working on right now looking good, because what I can always do is push that top of that boot down to match this part rather than doing it the other way around. All right. So now, if I want to hold that sharp part that I had there, if I turn off dynamic, I can go in and I can either crease this part, which is going to give me a sharp front as well, or I can add some holding lines and kind of mess around with them. So I'm going to try that first and see how it works. Just insert a couple loops, maybe one here and here, like that, right? And then I'll just grab the tops and let's slide those over. The closer this top is to the center line, the more of a crease it's going to hold. So let's switch from insert to slide. Edge, I only am concerned about the top here. Slide this over like that. Do the same thing on the other side. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. It's not bad. Okay. It doesn't have thickness because I didn't give it any creases or holding lines on the inside. Mostly because I'm going to I'm going to get rid of the I'm going to get rid of everything but the outside again, and then draw it in. So it's always going to be really clean that way. All right. So now if I get rid of everything but the green. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, everything else is gone, which is cool. Delete hidden. Flip the geo. And let's draw it back. Oh, I have questions here. All right, let's see. Sorry, I didn't see you guys typing here. Do I prefer to draw directly on a display? Yes, absolutely. Sorry I missed that question, man. I worked on a Intuos for a long time, but what happens is, where's the camera? What size is the camera? Oh, the camera's over here. What happens is the repetitive stress of having my hand down on the table and drawing, you know, it's not moving from that area. So I was really getting a lot of problems with my wrist. So this is much better because I can move it from time to time, angle it differently, and I noticed that I'm not always in that same position. That was S. Davis's question. Let's see. For this leg part, do you have to freeze the subdivisions in order to use Z-modeler? Yeah, you either have to freeze them or you have to delete lower. Yep. Not that you have all those scenes. What do you mean? The leg changes in pose. Oh, okay. So that's why I always. The question is, after I do the seams, what do I have to do? What do I do if I have to change the leg pose? That's why I always try to lock down the pose early, and I usually like to break symmetry and get into the pose very early and then sculpt up my muscles and everything. I have to do it, you know, for both sets of arms and legs and everything, but I find that it feels a little more natural and I don't have to be concerned with really screwing up my detailing, like, you know, piping, seams, cloth, all that stuff, by posing it after I have it in symmetry, if that makes sense to you guys. All right, so that's that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw it in with the Z-modeler Q-mesh and just pull it in. All right, now you see how it does this weird thing? That's because I'm meshing in rather than out. So let's see, what I can do is, I should have deleted the outside faces, right? But let's do this. I'll use extrude. Extrude. See if that's any better, right? And then what I can do is I can smooth everything but the outside. Let's grab this. Come on, dude. Oh, okay, auto groups. Okay, what I really want to do is I want to smooth this. Go to deformation, polish by, just polish. I don't want to polish like that. I'll just try masking it and polish by features. I think that's better. Okay, and then I can just move these back down. And in. Sometimes you got to fudge around with stuff to get it just right. It's all right. Another plus to working at like really low geometry. If this thing was divided a couple times, it'd be a nightmare. Okay. Okay. Let's bring this down. Now, all of this could have been avoided if I deleted the outside faces and not the inside faces, because it wouldn't have kind of folded in on itself. So, just FYI. All right, but it's not that big a deal. All right, so that's done. So now I want to kind of hold this top edge. Probably want to add a little bit of a bevel. Let's just insert a few loops. I know I want to bevel it. I definitely want to bevel it. So let's just add this for now. See what this looks like. Okay. All right, so that is better. It's better. All right, I'm just going to mask. Oops. Just want to mask everything but the top part, and then just kind of maneuver this up into position a little better. I want it to be uniform. I don't care about the top of the boot. I'm more concerned with the. I'm more concerned with having a uniform thickness to this this band. All right, so that's that. Now I can go and click on the boot, and I can just hide the geo inside of the. Yeah, all right, nobody's the wiser. Just move that out of the way. Okay. What is shown there? What is that? Do I have something? I think I have something masked. Yeah, I do. Let's try this again. What is that piece? Wait a minute. Okay, solo. That's good. Oh, I'm showing the piece that I didn't need. All right, let's get that out of there. Get out of here with your eye holes. All right, let's turn this back on. Now I can do it. There you go. And again, there's a million ways to do everything in ZBrush, but I choose to do it like this because my stuff comes out mad clean. It's just all about being clean. All right, so that's good. It's not perfect, but it's good. I want to hold that edge better on the bottom. I do want that to be more sharp. Okay, so what I can do now is I can turn off dynamic. I do want to have a bevel, so I'm just going to insert a couple more loops. Loop here. Let's hold the inside. Now I'm just going to delete this loop, right? And there's my bevel. And add a loop here, add a loop here. All right, that should keep it really sharp. Same thing here, delete this one. Loop, 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 loop. I could crease, I know, I like adding loops. Sue me. All right, that's that. And now if I turn on dynamic, that bevel, y'all. I think, you know what I think I want to do? Right, I think instead of doing this weird thing that I got going on, I'm just going to, I think I would just want to make this a little sharper, right? So let's put this here and here, all the way up and down. Now that'll give me a line, it's okay. I can have it as sharp or as soft as I want. So that's pretty, let's see what that looks like a little sharper, right? Turn that off and just slide this over a little bit. Slide, edge loop, complete. Slide it over, slide it over. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like it a lot. All right. So now I'm gonna quick save before I lose it. All right. And there is the top piece. I think that's not bad, but I do want to now start sculpting the boot to match it, right? Because it doesn't exactly match it. Also, still very soft. Still super soft. So let's see if we can get this looking a little better. Okay, back's not bad. All right. All right, so this is gonna look way better when I put it on the model. So let's do that. I'll duplicate. I like that piece. I'm gonna keep that piece. I like my health insurance, I'm gonna keep it. I don't have health insurance. Duplicate this. All right, and I'm gonna merge it with this boot right here. Let's duplicate this one as well, and then merge it. Merge down. Merge down. All right, copy. Go back to my girl. Yeah, it's gonna look so much better. All right, here is the old boot. I will delete, no, not duplicate, I'll delete it, delete. Oh, I keep hitting duplicate, dumbass. All right, delete, delete, delete the third one. Now paste, paste. And that goes in with the boots. All right. Okay, now one thing I did not think about is how thick it is. You see how thick it is now? That's a problem because it's supposed to look like some hip boots, and they would not be that thick on the top. So I can easily fix this. So let's do that now. All right, click on this, select solo. Turn off dynamic. Let's save real fast before I lose it. Drink some coffee. All right, so that's that. Go back to my Z modeler. I'm going to delete this edge. Not slide. I guess I could slide it. Just slide it out. And then just slide this edge. Okay, there's that. The old inside of the boot is showing, so let's solo that. Solo that. Seriously, dude? All right. Okay. What we can do here, I'm going to get rid of, let's see, can I get rid of this? I can at least get rid of one loop of this. It starts bugging out here. I don't want to do that, but I can get rid of the top, and I can get rid of this. Okay. This inside's not going to be shown. Nobody's going to see it, so I can make it as low poly as I want. Doesn't matter. I just have to be careful of areas where it spirals. Like this, that's going to be a problem right there. So I don't want that. So now if I turn back on this, show the whole boot. Okay, it's close, no cigar. So let's solo it. I'm going to mask it and then invert the mask, so now I can just go in and push in everything except for what I want shown. Just hide it in the geo. Okay, like that. Nobody will ever know. All right, I do want it watertight, so maybe at the bottom I pull it out a little bit. Any weird stuff going on here. All right, just pull that part out and then push this part in. Like that. All right, so it's a little better. You can smooth that out if I want to. All right, turn that off, turn dynamic back on. Okay. All right, so that is that boot. If I turn up the dynamic a little bit, it'll get it even softer, right? That's cool. All right, I like that. And when I start sculpting in the folds and stuff on the boot, it's going to look blazed. But right now it's better than it was. So I can see that my piping is poking out. Let's go grab the piping and let's kind of push that in. All right, that's not right there. That. Okay. All right. Okay, so the way that we did the top of this boot here is basically the way that I'm going to do this V part up here. And I want to do that soon, but first I want to do the other top of the boot. And I also want to separate the cuff from this boot because I want to subdivide the bottom part and sculpt up some more details. This part can be low, like it's hard surface, so it can stay low. Uh-oh, do some of these have the same? Look at that. That's not what I want at all. Every once in a while, all right, grow this out. Grow. And every once in a while what happens is these subtools share a color, and it, look at that, when I delete that, then that part goes. I don't want that. Also, this is missing. Let's say grow. All right. Okay, there you go. Cool. So that's fine. Now I can just group this. I can also split hidden. All right, split hidden. All right, so now that's good. Boot is good. I don't want to do any more Z modeler type stuff to it. So what I can do now is I can add actual subdivision levels. Right. So right now it's only 7,500 polys. So let's apply the dynamic that I have on here. Hit apply. All right. Now it's almost 500,000. Right, which is, it's pretty high, but it's all right. So now if I want to, I can go in and really start detailing the musculature and wrinkles and all that. So let's save this. Save. All right, let's go back to our reference. And now I can start sculpting in some of these cool leg muscles. Am I missing something? Oh, that's from me pushing and pulling. All right, that part is not going to be seen, but I have the inside pulled through on the outside. That's not good. That's going to be inside of that mesh though, so I don't have to worry about it. Like if I was printing this, I just want to make sure that I don't have any problems. Don't want any problems. So what I could do, let's do this. Let me try something. Let me show you something. All right, just going to select this here. Jump down the subdivision levels a little bit. Not that much. Like there. Soften the mask a little bit. All right, and now let's see if inflate does what I want. Just hit it with the inflate. What this should do is pull the faces back where they belong. It kind of looks like it's doing it. Again, probably didn't need to do this, probably doesn't even matter, but better safe than sorry. All right, so once that's done, I can just smooth it and it should get it back to where I want it. Like so. All right, so that looks better. Okay, that'll do. So now I can sculpt my details. It doesn't matter that the top of that looks raggedy. All right, let's take this back up to the highest sub-D level, and I got enough geometry now that I want to first save. Yeah, save. And then I want to make a layer, because I'm going to be doing, you know, like wrinkles, and I'm going to be doing muscles, and I just want to do a layer for each of those. So I'll just add a layer here. If I make a mistake, it's not going to matter, right? In fact, let's even store a morph target. Morph target, store. All right, so now if I screw up, I really am good to go. All right. All right, and I can tell right off the bat there's too much geometry here. All right, that's going to be a pain in the ass to smooth out, so let's step down. All right, that's 29,000, that's fine for now. It's much easier for me to sculpt it low and then add, you know, step up and add geometry to get details as I need it. You know what I mean? When I first started off, I always made the same mistake of a lot of rookie people, and that was to jump right to millions of polys thinking that that was going to make my sculpt better, and it didn't at all. It just made it really kind of ugly. So I like to work low. I'm all about having like a really clean mesh. It's dead quiet in here. Is the admin stopping you guys from asking stuff, or is... Oh no, there's a question. Pro, you're out? All right, man, sorry, see ya. Do I have a 3D printer? I do not have a 3D printer. Not yet. One day. I'm going to make my purchases really wisely these days. Thinking while you retop. Yeah. All right. How you guys liking that 2019? Digging it? Are there things that you thought you were going to see that you didn't see? All right, let's see this from the front. Yeah, me too. UV peel is going to be the joint, man. I cannot wait for UV peel. I don't have any legs from the front. Oh, yeah. So the one good thing about having this seam really baked in there with the topology is I do not. It's pretty rock solid. Like I don't have to worry about accidentally smoothing it out and losing it. Which I would run into that problem a lot, where I would just use the Damien standard and maybe an inflate and cut in some you know, some details on the clothing, and then as I'm either adding wrinkles or fixing topology, or not topology, fixing anatomy, I would accidentally smooth too close to it and the thing would just disappear. And so this is in there. It's pretty solid. It's not going, like I can smooth all the way up next to it and I'm not losing anything, which is nice, I think. I don't have nearly enough legs from the front. Let me go to my Pinterest. Pull some front leg. Got a lot of back legs. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. I like the angle of that. That's good. All right. All right, again, can't stay on Pinterest too long. All right, so the thing about it is some of these pictures don't have, they're all soft. All right, that's good. So it always helps to really have the low geo here too, if I have to, again, if I have to make any changes to the contouring. If I was doing this at a higher sub D level, it would just get really wobbly, you know. So I like to have a pretty low mesh to go back to. This actually goes down. Oh, wait a minute. You guys can't hear the music? That sucks. I've been playing music for hours. Let me see something. Well, damn. All right, I'm glad somebody said something. All right, let's see. Settings. Audio. Oh, yeah, look at that. That a bitch. All right, sorry. Speakers. Headphones. How about now? Can you hear that? I can't believe I've been streaming all this. Now it's too loud. Okay. All right. Hold on. How's that? Not good. Okay. Good. All right, cool. Sorry, man. I don't know why OBS doesn't save these settings. Also, Tim, thanks for letting me know, dude. It's been a very boring podcast without music. Although it's been like 2 hours without music. So, what time is it? 5 o'clock? It's been 3 hours. I've been on 3 hours. What? Now it's low. All right, hold on a sec. All right, how's that? Cool. All right. Make sure I take a snapshot of those settings. Keep them. All right, so I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow and get on a regular kind of a deal. Pixelogic gave me a 30% off coupon to give to folks for 2019. So definitely come back tomorrow. I'm gonna be picking somebody at random, you know, and I don't know if it's 30% off the. I think it's off the monthly. I'm not sure how it works, but I'll check it out and let you guys know. So definitely, if you're not already, give me a follow on the Twitch page so you're notified when I go on. Just in case I am not able to get on tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going to dinner with my kids, but yeah, I'll be lacing somebody up tomorrow, you guys. The coupon code if you don't already have it. And if you do have it and have a friend that wants to get into ZBrush, let them know, you know. One of the pluses of being a ZBrush live streamer and a tester is that every once in a while I get a little perk thrown my way that I can pass back to you guys. If you're not already too, give me a follow on Instagram because I post up on there not only progress shots but also I you know, let folks know when I'm gonna get on and do an impromptu stream or something like that. Right. Everything for me is at MikeTArtworks, except for my YouTube, which is at MikeTArtwork without the S. And my site is the same. So, All that stuff is on my Twitch page, so just follow the Twitch. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Alright, so that's that. Turn off solo. Okay, that's looking a little better. I don't want her to look knobby-kneed, but I do want her to have a knee, if you know what I'm saying. So maybe I'll hard surface this a little bit, and then give it a little bit of a smudge. Alright, so the good thing is now if I wanted to, I could go in and add some wrinkles to the boot. Not a lot, because again, this is leather and it's not cloth. So maybe before I do that, I'll take a look. Let's do a render right quick. You know what? Let's do a comic render. See what it looks like. What the hell? Let's get her in a good pose. Get this out of the way. Nice, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, and if you follow the Twitch, I should get a little dancing zombie. I like that dancing zombie. It's pretty sweet. Alright, save. Oh, you know what? Let me stop. I always do this. Let me stop the recording on the layer. Turn that off. And then if I look at what it looked like before, doesn't look like it did anything. What happened? Give me a second. Turn it on. Was I not recording? What the heck? Where's my morph target? Interesting. Later. Is this not recording the whole time? Alright, maybe I didn't record. Alright, hell with it. So much for that. So I'll record next time, but in the meantime, let me save. Save, yes. That's weird. Alright, a half. Let's make this bigger. Document size is okay. Okay. Go to lighting. Light. Let's get this out of the way here. Let's go back to Twitch over here. Alright, cool. I got just things open every day I go somewhere. Alright, let's do a render, see what it looks like. Okay, so that's like a regular BPR render. Let's see. Let's see what the filters look like. Let's play around with these a little bit. Is it gonna, oh, what's going on? Render. Huh, okay. There's that one. Let's see. What does this one look like? Oh, the halftone's crazy. Alright, let's save this one, do another one. Save, save, save. Layer. Bake. Create. T. And let me do that. Let's try this one. What's this one do? Oh, gotta render it first. Keep forgetting. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Let's see. The zip tone is crazy. Don't like that one. Let's see something with render. Where's the shadow? Shadow. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Render preview shadows. Set that to flat. That's what I want. Okay. Then render. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Nope. Nope. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, the 3D one's kind of crazy. I like that. All right, let's get back to work. Let's see, document, bake. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, this is, it's not bad. All right. Layers, let's get rid of these. Merge. Yes. Clear. Clear. Let's go back and turn off the flat shadows and go back to my document color. All right. So I think I will do this other boot, fix this other boot, and then probably call it a day for you guys. Tools, subtool, and select this boot, copy and paste. All right, cool. So I wonder if I could just take this piece and repurpose it. Let's try. This one. This is the copy, right? Yeah, that's the copy. All right, let's duplicate this. I'm all about trying to save time where I can. So W. I'm going to want to move that over. not mean to do that. Oops. All right, so I can tell you already, all I'm really concerned about is the yellow part of this. I'm probably going to have to do what I did before and remake the bevel, which is not a big deal. It's really not that deep, but it's going to be much cleaner than me trying to get the bevels in addition to the outside of this thing to line up with the old boot. Alright, so that's not that bad. That's kind of where I want, and I'm going to move that boot in to match it as well, which is alright. So let's go back to the boot. And is this the one? Now this is not the one that has the sculpting detail. Let's go back to this one. Copy. Delete this one, delete, and paste. Or is it? Yeah, no, maybe it was. No, I guess that was the right one. Yeah, it was. I just had it turned down. It's okay. Again, we're going to hide these bits in here. I mean, the more I look at this, the outside part didn't get as fouled up as I thought it was going to. I may not need to reconstruct this. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I'm good. Alright, so let's go back to this. This is all hidden anyway, nobody cares. This part is not. Let's do something. Mask this. And then let's pull this part in. Yeah, like that. right, now let's divide it back. I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with this. All right, let's see. All right, let's call this right boot top. Actually, let's merge it down first. Let's group it. Group it. Let's go to this part. This has subdivision levels, this does not, so I don't want to merge it down actually, because I will lose my subdivision levels. I don't want to do that. So let's copy this and paste. All right, and then delete this one, delete, and then go back over here and copy this, copy, and paste. All right, let's pull up my sketch. Okay, looks like the sketch. Check. That'll work. Okay, we are getting there. Now it doesn't have a seam yet, so I got to figure out the seam. I know I'm not going to have an easy time with the seam because this bend and the topology is way screwy. So I will more than likely need to boolean that in, and I can do that pretty easily by putting some piping on this thing, right? Let's move the sash is in my way. Let's get the sash out of here. Hide that. All right. Let me see something. I mean, you know what? It might just be easier just to draw the down seam in there. Let's try it. That's 224. This one is, that's almost 500,000. This is not going to be clean unless I divide it again. This boot is going to be huge. Huge. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Well, you know what? That might be alright. Alright, so got the crown. Turn this on. I'm gonna have to divide this again. Oh no, I won't. I can use Sculptors Pro, but I'm gonna have to delete my lower subdivision levels. Let me think. I want to do this. I can project it in. All right, cool. All right, what I'll do is I will duplicate this boot. Duplicate. All right, let's rename this first. Right boot. Duplicate. This is going to be, let's call this one right boot SP for Sculptors Pro. I'm going to delete my lower sub-D levels. Okay. Now I will go to my slash. Now, oh, look how clean that is. That's clean, son. All right, so I'm going to draw the seam back in. Okay. I need to see the other boot though. So let's turn off solo. Let's go to this boot and solo it. Get this out of the way. Get out of the way. All right, screenshot. What? Auto masking? No, wait. Okay. I don't want that on right now. Screenshot. Screenshot. All right, now let's go back to the other boot. This one. Solo it out. Now I know where the seam should be. Tips for making cloth wrinkles more organic. I can show you that. I can show you that. Why? Oh, it's covered. What's up, Dalton Moss 3D? This is very weird because I have some Twitch messages are on my Twitch screen and some are on my restream, but I don't have everything on one thing. That's not good. All right, so let's do this again. She's going to have a part covering her foot, so it's not that deep. But before I do that, let me make a morph target. Actually, let me undo that. First, I'll make a morph target. Morph target, store. All right, so now, if I make a mistake, it should be good. Nope. It's one of those things where I'll labor about exactly where this thing goes. It's better. Okay, it's not following the contour of the leg. So that is okay. Now let me just build up that edge on both sides here. Ah, damn it. I didn't do any of that with Sculptus Pro. I knew something was going to happen. That's why I look so ugly. Alright, let's try this again. It's on now. That doesn't look any better. Oh, because I'm supposed to delete the lower subdelos. That's what it was. This is the copy. Delete lower. Okay. Turn on Sculptress. Did it do it? Yes, it did do it. Okay. Let's try it again. That's better. Let's move this down here. Make it look a little more like it's folding. That's better. Alright. So it's better. It's better. And all I'm doing right now, if you're wondering, is just inflating around the seam. Because I'm trying to get that look that I had actually engineered into the other topology. It's better, but it's, you know, a little more work on this side. Let's see what this looks like. It's alright, it's not super clean though. Come on, dude. Oh no, don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh no, don't crash, dude. I can't remember last time I saved. Oh, good. Thank you. Quick save. Something's happening. This is taking way longer than it should to do these things. Save, yes. Oh, I see. It was just I hit duplicate too many, or replay last too many times. All right, let's turn this down some. Okay, that's better. I mean, this is pretty much the look I'm going to have with the other boot when I go in and do the same thing, so it's okay. It's okay. All right, that side. And I'm going to build that heel in with actual geo, so I'm not worried about that. Let's do a little pinching. Oh, I know why it's doing that. It's because I have... It had to calculate more because I had the Sculptures Pro turned on. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, this is good. This is deeper than I wanted. That's fine. Same thing for this side. The music is from YouTube. They have some DRM free music on there, so I just grabbed some stuff off of there. All right, replay. Actually get much better results when I don't have Sculptures Pro turned on for this part of it. It's looking more leathery. All right. so that is good for that. Good enough for that. I'm not going to stress too much. All right, so that's that leg. Now I do want my sub D levels back, so let's see if it'll let me. Let's see if it'll let me do what I want to do. Let's do a quick save. Can't believe I've been on here almost 4 hours. All right, subtool. So this is this boot. This is the one that has the geometry, right? Oh, it's not the one that has the geometry. But that is okay, because what I can do is I can delete this one and paste the other one. Paste. This is the one that has the geometry. Yeah. Alright, so hopefully what I should be able to do is just project back the, or project the new details onto the old mesh. Right, yeah. So turn that on, come down to here. Alright, fingers crossed, let's try it out, see what happens. Hopefully I don't get a whole bunch of spikes. Oh, subtool, project, 0.2, tab, no blur, project. It is okay, but it's not high enough res, so let's divide again. Alright, it's almost 1,000,000 polys. If this doesn't hold it, then I'm just going to use the other boot, I think. Okay. Alright, so that's fine. Let's copy this. I get stingy with my geo. I don't like to have like a whole bunch of 1,000,000 poly subtools. Subtool, and this is the wrong thing. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is right. Okay, so this is solo. What am I doing here? All right, that's that one. It's this one. Does this have sub-D levels? That does have sub-D levels. Does this one have sub-D levels? This does not have sub-D levels. Let's delete this one. All right, step up, turn on everything, and turn on everything. Okay. Let's turn off this. Let's turn off the... I can put the things I don't want in a folder now, you guys. This and this folder. Where's the folders? Folder. New folder. Not in use. This was up. All right. Folders. Excellent. All right, so let's get the lighting in here in the right place. Tool, light. Let's get some light. Oh, I don't want her regular face on either. I want the zombie face. There you go. Want some perspective. Yeah, while I wasn't in here with you guys the other day, I think after I got out of the stream, I worked on her hair some more. So you can see it looks a little more, less like soft serve ice cream scoops and more like hair. So I guess next time I will work on her helmet, maybe get some wrinkles in the folds of those boots because they should have some wrinkles. Let's do a render right quick. Oh, not that one. Turn off this one. I want regular rendering. I want no filters. Default. There you go. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so I think maybe define the suit a little more too. But yeah, alright, so got a little bit done. Boots, better. Still kind of thick at the top. Actually too thick at the top. Let me shrink that. I didn't do it on the one that I copied. So, right, let's see the other one. Where's the other one? Let's see this. So it should look like this. Other boot. Top, this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's way thick. Alright, so let's turn off that. Right, I want it to be probably around here. So you can see her boot poking through now, so let's fix that. Actually, let's see. How do I want to do this? I want to select just this part. And you see how, all right, that got really, like really wonky because I moved it and I was in a high poly, like in the higher sub-D level. So I will jump down to the lowest, actually, and then select it. My neighbors are out of control, boy. Alright, just shrink it. Just maybe smooth it. Turn up the smooth. Turn up the intensity. Let's try this, see what this does. No, I don't want to do that. better. Oh, thought I had to move. I have the inflate on. I don't want to have the inflate on. All right, I don't think anybody will see the rest of that. All right, so got a little bit done today. I think that'll work. Save this. So yeah, remember, if you guys, whoever, hey, what's up, Indy Respawn? Thank you. How the hell did you do that? You added a loop and then deleted the outer part. You didn't? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I make like bevels and stuff a lot of times. Clean as hell as always. Thanks, man. Awesome lines on the body. That was that's piping. Check out my last stream from Wednesday. It's on YouTube on my let me type it. It's on my YouTube page. Yeah, and look under the ZBrush Live streams and the last one, and I show you how I do the piping. That's how I did the piping on her helmet as well. All right, so cool. I'll be back tomorrow, at least for an hour or two, maybe. And like I was saying earlier, if you guys don't have ZBrush yet, I'm going to be giving away a code that Pixo gave me for 30% off ZBrush. And if you do have it and know a friend who wants to get it, then come back. Also tell them follow me on Twitch. Twitch is at MikeT2K. If you're not already, give me a follow, and follow the follow my Instagram. Right, it's a lot of hawking, but Instagram is MikeTArtworks. All right, and I will tell you the next time I'll be on doing a stream. All right, so that's it. How many hours? Geez, 6 o'clock, 4-hour stream. That's more than I thought I was gonna do, but I'm gonna do more of these. All right, so you guys come back and check me out. And like I said, I'll post up either on my Twitch or my Twitter or Instagram, one of those, and let you know when I'm going to be on. All right, probably around like 1 or 2. All right, so I'm out. I'll see you guys. Peace. Thanks for stopping by the way.